Life is like a river. It's always moving forward, never backward. And every single day, you and I are making decisions, small ones, big ones, some that seem insignificant at the moment, but can change everything down the line. The truth is, your future isn't shaped by chance or luck. It's shaped by the choices you make today. Every decision you make plants a seed, and those seeds grow into the garden of your tomorrow. Now, think about this for a moment. How many times have you looked back on something and thought, if only I had done things differently? Maybe it was taking that job offer, starting that business idea, or even just choosing to spend more time with loved ones. We all do it. We second guess ourselves. But here's the thing, wishing won't change anything. What will change everything is deciding right now to take control. Because the power to shape your future doesn't lie in what happened yesterday. It lies in what you choose to do today. Let me tell you something important. Decision making isn't just about picking between option A and option B. No, it's deeper than that. It's about understanding who you are, what you value, and where you want to go. You see, when you know exactly what matters most to you, making decisions becomes easier. When you're clear on your purpose, distractions fade away and opportunities become clearer. So ask yourself, what kind of person do I want to be? What kind of life do I want to live? Once you answer those questions honestly, the path ahead starts to reveal itself. But let's not kid ourselves. It's not always easy. Sometimes fear gets in the way. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of stepping out of your comfort zone. Let me tell you though, staying stuck feels worse than any failure ever could. Think about it this way. If you don't decide, someone else will decide for you. Life moves forward whether you act or not. Do you really want to leave your future in the hands of circumstances instead of your own? Here's a little secret I've learned along the way. Progress comes from imperfect action. You don't need to have everything figured out before you start. In fact, waiting for perfection is one of the biggest traps people fall into. Instead, focus on taking small steps consistent. Want to learn a new skill? Start with 5 minutes a day. Dreaming of starting a side hustle? Make one phone call or send one email. Those tiny actions add up over time. Momentum builds momentum, and before you know it, you're miles ahead of where you started. Another powerful tool for decision making. Surrounding yourself with the right people. Who you listen to shapes how you think. If you surround yourself with negative voices, guess what? Your mindset will reflect that. But if you fill your world with positive, encouraging, goal-oriented individuals, they'll lift you higher. Their energy rubs off on you. Their habits inspire you. And their belief in you strengthens your own belief in yourself. Choose wisely who influences your life, because those people play a role in shaping your future too. And here's one last piece of wisdom I want to share with you. Gratitude changes everything. When you approach life with a grateful heart, decision-making becomes less stressful. Why? Because gratitude reminds you of how far you've come and helps you trust that no matter what happens next, you'll find a way through. Gratitude gives you perspective. It keeps you grounded while also fueling your dream. So whenever you face a tough choice, pause and think about what you're thankful for. That simple shift in mindset can guide you toward better decisions. Remember, my friend, your future isn't something that just happens to you. It's something you create, step by step, decision by decision. Today is the perfect time to start shaping it. Decide to move forward, even if it's just a baby step. Decide to invest in yourself, in your growth, in your happiness. Decide to chase after the life you truly desire. Not the one others expect of you, but the one that sets your soul on fire. Because deep down, you already know what you're capable of. All it takes is believing in yourself enough to take action. So go ahead, shape your future today. You've got this. Let's talk about something that might surprise you. Most people, when they think about decision making, focus on the outcome. They want to know, what's the result? Will it work out? But here's the truth. Outcomes are often outside of our control. What we can control, though, is the process. The way you approach decisions matters far more than obsessing over whether things turn out perfectly. If you build a strong foundation for how you make choices, success becomes a natural byproduct. Imagine this. You're standing at a crossroads, trying to decide which path to take. One road looks safe and familiar. It's comfortable, predictable, maybe even boring. The other road feels uncertain, risky, but also exciting. Now, if you base your decision solely on fear or comfort, you'll probably choose the safer option. And there's nothing inherently wrong with that. But let me ask you this. When was the last time staying in your comfort zone led to extraordinary growth? Real progress happens when you push past what feels easy and embrace the challenge. That's where transformation begins. Now, I'm not saying you should throw caution to the wind and leap into every risky opportunity without thinking. No, no, no. Smart decision making requires balance. It means gathering information, weighing pros and cons, and listening to your gut, but then having the courage to act. Too many people get stuck in analysis paralysis. They research endlessly, waiting for the perfect moment to move. Spoiler alert, there is no perfect moment. Life is messy, unpredictable, and full of variables beyond our control. What separates successful people from everyone else isn't luck, it's their willingness to say, I've done my homework, now it's time to trust myself. Speaking of trusting yourself, let's dive deeper into that idea. Self-trust is the cornerstone of effective decision-making. Think about it. How can you confidently choose a direction if you doubt your own ability to navigate it? Building self-trust takes practice, just like any other skill. Start small, make a decision today, any decision, and follow through on it. Whether it's as simple as deciding to drink more water, or as significant as setting boundaries in a relationship, each choice reinforces your confidence. Over time, those small wins stack up, and suddenly you realize you're capable of handling much bigger challenges. One powerful strategy to boost self-trust is to reflect on past successes. Take a moment to think back on times when you made a tough call and it paid off. Maybe you took a leap of faith and moved to a new city, or perhaps you stood up for yourself in a difficult situation. Whatever it was, remind yourself of those moments. They prove that you faced uncertainty before and thrived. This reflection isn't about patting yourself on the back. It's about reminding yourself that you have what it takes to handle whatever comes next. Another key aspect of shaping your future through decision making is learning to manage emotions. Let's face it, emotions play a huge role in the choices we make. Fear, excitement, anger, joy, they all influence us in different ways. The trick is to acknowledge your emotions without letting them hijack your decisions. For example, imagine you're offered a promotion at work. On paper, it sounds amazing. A higher salary, more responsibility, greater visibility. But inside, you feel nervous. What if you fail? What if you're not ready? Those feelings are valid, but they shouldn't dictate your choice. Instead, use logic to evaluate the opportunity while giving space to process your emotions. Ask yourself, is this fear based on reality, or am I catastrophizing? Would taking this step align with my long-term goals? By combining emotional awareness with rational thinking, you create a balanced approach to decision-making. Now let's shift gears for a moment and talk about habits. Did you know that nearly half of your daily actions aren't conscious decisions? They're habits, automatic behaviors you've developed over time. Habits shape your life in profound ways, yet most people overlook their importance when it comes to decision making. Here's why they matter. Every habit you cultivate either moves you closer to your goals or pulls you further away. If you consistently prioritize healthy eating, regular exercise, and lifelong learning, you're laying the groundwork for a brighter future. On the flip side, if you indulge in procrastination, negativity, or avoidance, you're creating obstacles for yourself. The good news is that habits are malleable. You can replace unhelpful patterns with ones that serve you better. Start by identifying one area of your life where you'd like to improve. Then break it down into manageable steps. Want to read more books? Begin with just 5 pages a day. Struggling to save money? Automate a small transfer to your savings account each month. These tiny changes may seem insignificant at first, but compounded over weeks, months, and years, they yield incredible results. Remember, excellence isn't achieved overnight. It's built brick by brick, habit by habit. As you work on building better habits, don't forget the power of environment. Your surroundings have a massive impact on the decisions you make. Think about it. If junk food is within arm's reach, you're more likely to snack mindlessly. If your workspace is cluttered, you're less likely to stay focused. Conversely, if you design your environment to support your goals, making the right choices becomes effortless. Surround yourself with reminders of what you're working toward. Keep inspirational quotes visible, organize your space for productivity, and limit exposure to distraction. A supportive environment acts as a silent partner, nudging you in the right direction. Let's circle back to the topic of risk for a moment. Earlier, I mentioned the importance of stepping outside your comfort zone, but let's clarify something. Taking risks doesn't mean being reckless. Far from it. Calculated risks involve careful planning and preparation. Before diving headfirst into a major decision, assess the potential downsides. What's the worst-case scenario? Could you recover from it? If the answer is yes, then the risk is likely worth considering. Successful people don't gamble blindly. They weigh the odds, prepare contingency plans, and then take action with conviction. One practical tool for evaluating risks is the concept of opportunity cost. Simply put, whenever you choose one option, you're automatically saying no to others. Understanding this trade-off helps you prioritize wisely. For instance, if you spend hours scrolling social media, you're sacrificing time that could be spent learning a new skill or connecting with loved ones. By recognizing the hidden costs of your choices, you can make decisions that truly align with your values and aspirations. Another crucial element of decision making is patience. In today's fast-paced world, we've grown accustomed to instant gratification. We expect immediate results, quick fixes, and overnight success. But real achievement takes time. Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither is a fulfilling life. Patience allows you to weather setbacks, learn from failures, and keep moving forward despite obstacles. It's the quiet strength that keeps you going when the journey feels long and arduous. Patience pairs beautifully with persistence. Together they form an unstoppable duo. Persistence means showing up day after day, even when progress seems slow. It means refusing to give up no matter how many times you stumble. Some of the greatest achievements in history came from people who refused to quit. Thomas Edison famously said he hadn't failed thousands of times while inventing the light bulb. He simply discovered thousands of ways that didn't work. That mindset, the refusal to see failure as final, is what separates dreamers from doers. Now let's discuss the role of accountability in decision making. Accountability isn't about answering to someone else. It's about holding yourself responsible for your actions. When you commit to a decision, write it down, share it with someone you trust. Putting your intentions into words makes them real, and sharing them adds an extra layer of motivation. Knowing that someone else is counting on you or at least aware of your goals can be a powerful incentive to stay on track. Accountability also involves celebrating milestones along the way. Too often, we focus so intently on the destination that we forget to appreciate the journey. Take time to acknowledge your progress, no matter how small. Finished a project ahead of schedule? Celebrate it. Resisted the urge to procrastinate? Celebrate it. Each victory, no matter how minor, brings you one step closer to the future you envision. Recognizing these wins fuels your momentum and keeps you motivated. While we're on the subject of motivation, let's address a common misconception. Many people believe motivation is something that strikes randomly, an elusive spark that appears out of nowhere. But here's the truth. Motivation follows action, not the other way around. Waiting to feel motivated before taking steps toward your goals is a recipe for stagnation. Instead, commit to taking action first. Once you start moving, motivation naturally kicks in. Action creates momentum, and momentum breeds enthusiasm. This brings us to another vital point. Clarity. Clarity is the antidote to confusion. When you're crystal clear about what you want, decision-making becomes infinitely easier. Without clarity, you're like a ship adrift at sea, tossed around by every wave and wind. With clarity, you become the captain of your vessel, steering confidently toward your destination. So take the time to define your vision, write it down, visualize it. Break it into smaller, actionable steps. The clearer your vision, the easier it is to make choices that align with it. Of course, clarity doesn't mean rigidity. Life is dynamic, and sometimes circumstances change unexpectedly. Being adaptable is just as important as being decisive. Flexibility allows you to pivot when necessary, to adjust your course without losing sight of your ultimate goal. Think of it like driving a car. You may encounter detours, traffic jams, or roadblocks along the way, but as long as you know your final destination, you can navigate around obstacles and keep moving forward. Adaptability ties closely to resilience. Life throws curveballs, there's no denying that. But resilient individuals view challenges as opportunities rather than threats. They understand that setbacks are temporary, and that perseverance pays off. Cultivating resilience starts with reframing your mindset. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "What can I learn from this?" Every experience, good or bad, holds lessons that can propel you forward if you're willing to look for them. Let's touch briefly on the importance of gratitude once again. Gratitude isn't just a feel-good emotion, it's a powerful tool for shaping your future. When you practice gratitude regularly, you train your brain to focus on abundance rather than scarcity. You begin to see possibilities instead of limitations. This shift in perspective directly impacts your decision-making. Instead of dwelling on what you lack, you concentrate on what you have and how you can leverage it to achieve your dreams. Gratitude also fosters positivity, which attracts opportunities. People are drawn to positive energy. When you radiate optimism, you inspire others to support you, collaborate with you, and invest in your success. Positivity opens doors that negativity slams shut. So make gratitude a daily habit. Start each morning by listing 3 things you're thankful for. End each day by reflecting on moments of joy. Over time, this practice will transform not only your outlook, but also your outcomes. Now let's talk about the power of visualization is more than just daydreaming. It's a proven technique used by athletes, entrepreneurs, and high achievers across industries. When you vividly imagine yourself succeeding, your brain begins to treat it as a reality. This primes you to take the necessary actions to turn that vision into actuality. Spend a few minutes each day picturing your ideal future. See yourself achieving your goals, overcoming challenges, and living the life you desire. Feel the emotions associated with that success: pride, fulfillment, happiness. The more detailed and sensory rich your visualization, the stronger its impact. Visualization works hand in hand with affirmations. Affirmations are positive statements that reinforce your beliefs and intention. Repeating phrases like "I am capable," "I attract abundance," or "I make wise decisions" programs your subconscious mind to align with your goals. Pair these affirmations with visualization, and you create a powerful synergy that accelerates your progress. Remember, your thoughts shape your reality. Feed your mind with empowering messages, and watch as your external world begins to mirror them. Another underrated aspect of decision making is intuition, often referred to as a gut feeling. Intuition is your inner wisdom speaking to you. While logic and reason are essential, ignoring your intuition can lead to regret. Have you ever had a strong hunch about something, only to dismiss it because it didn't fit neatly into your plan? Later you realized your instinct was spot on. Intuition is the culmination of all your experiences, knowledge, and subconscious processing. Learning to listen to it can guide you toward smarter, more aligned decisions. To strengthen your intuition, practice mindfulness. Mindfulness is the art of being fully present in the moment. It sharpens your awareness, allowing you to tune into subtle cues you might otherwise miss. Through meditation, deep breathing, or simply paying attention to your surroundings, you can cultivate a heightened sense of clarity. This clarity enhances both your logical reasoning and your intuitive insights, giving you a well-rounded approach to decision-making. Let's wrap up this section by emphasizing the importance of consistency. Consistency is the glue that holds everything together. It's the difference between sporadic effort and sustained progress. No matter how brilliant your ideas or how passionate your intentions, they mean little without consistent execution. Show up every day, even when you don't feel like it. Do the work, even when it's uncomfortable. Stay committed, even when results are slow to materialize. Consistency builds trust with yourself and with others, and lays the foundation for lasting success. Consistency also reinforces discipline. Discipline is the muscle that powers your decision. Without discipline, it's easy to get sidetracked by distractions or discouraged by setbacks. But with discipline, you develop the resilience to stay focused on your goals. Discipline isn't about depriving yourself, it's about prioritizing what truly matters. It's choosing long-term rewards over short-term pleasures. It's saying no to things that don't serve your vision, so you can say yes to the things that do. Ultimately, decision-making is a skill, one that improves with practice. The more decisions you make, the better you become at it. Don't shy away from opportunities to flex this muscle, whether it's choosing a meal, planning your week, or tackling a major life transition. Every decision is a chance to grow. Treat each choice as a learning experience. Analyze what worked, what didn't, and how you can improve next time. Over time, you'll notice a dramatic shift in your confidence and effectiveness. Remember, the decisions you make today ripple into your future. They shape who you become, the relationships you build, the opportunities you seize, and the legacy you leave behind. So embrace the power of decision making. Trust yourself, take calculated risks, and stay committed to your vision. Shape your future, one decision at a time, because the truth is, you hold the pen that writes your story. What will you choose to create? So there you have it, my friend. Decision making isn't just a skill, it's the key to unlocking your future. Every choice you make plants a seed, and those seeds grow into the life you'll live tomorrow. You don't need perfection, you need action. You don't need fear, you need faith in yourself. And most importantly, you don't need to wait for the right time, because the right time is now. Take that first step today, no matter how small. Trust the process, trust your instincts, and trust that every decision brings you closer to the life you truly desire. Because here's the truth: your future is shaped not by what happens to you, but by the choices you make today. So go ahead, step boldly, decide wisely, and shape your destiny. The power is yours.